Welcome back to the Disney Magical Mindset Podcast. I'm so happy to have you here, where we explore how to bring the magic of Disney into your everyday life. I'm Ruben, your Disney Magic mentor, and today we're diving into a story that epitomizes resilience, determination, and the unshakable belief in dreams. A story that's as much about overcoming adversity as it is about creating magic. And who better to inspire us than Walt Disney himself? Before we get started, I want to take a moment to acknowledge the tragic fires that have impacted so many lives in Los Angeles. Disneyland is my home park, and being part of the Disney community, we form connections, some with people we've met and others we haven't, but we still feel their sorrow and pain deeply. I know there's not much I can say in moments like this. It's so tragic and heartbreaking. I'm so sorry you or someone you know is going through this traumatic loss. If I were with you right now, I'd be there to simply listen to what it's been like for you. I'd want to know how you're doing, but there, of course, would be no need to respond right now. You might just want to go ahead and cry or scream it out. I just love to be there for you. In time, maybe somewhere down the road, when you're ready, you would listen to this episode as a reminder that even in the face of tragedy and evil, you have the strength to rise and rebuild and return even stronger than you ever thought possible. If I could, I'd give you a great big hug right now. Of all the things I admire of Walt Disney, and there are many, he's my hero. I love so many things about Walt, and that's one of the reasons for this podcast. I can't wait to share even more. But perhaps the greatest thing that I love about Walt, and what I see separates him from the rest of the pack, his relentless grit and resilience to never quit. He faced setbacks after setbacks. You study his life, it is clear this man faced a lot of hurdles that would have made most people give up. But Walt is not like most people, not Walt Disney. His journey teaches us that success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about what we do when we encounter it, because we're going to encounter failure. It's a part of life. We can't escape it, but it's what we do when we encounter it. Now, let me ask you a question. When you experience failure, loss, setbacks, or obstacles, what is your response? If you're like most people, and let me tell you this, one of the reasons for this podcast is we're not trying to be like most people. We're trying to live the magic of Disney and the legacy of Walt every single day. But most people that I've discovered, as I've seen, when difficulties arise, and I know this because I've been there, like I do this at times myself. When difficulties arise, we often default to believing the lie that our story ends this way, that hope is gone and the past is a reflection of the future. But this is exactly what we're going to change. This is the mindset that we're trying to elevate. Hear me. Your difficulties aren't meant to break you, but to build in you a level of determination that empowers you to accomplish your dream. Watch this now, while helping others accomplish theirs. This is what I love about our setbacks, is they're not intended to leave us there. They're intended to elevate us. And as we go, now we have a story to tell. Now we're able to help someone who's been in a similar situation and help them discover that that story that they're being told is not the end of your story. Your setback is a setup to a big step up in your life. Now, that's a tongue twister. I'm going to say that again. Your setback is a setup to a big step up in your life. You have to believe this. Here's where I get so much motivation and inspiration from Walt. In 1923, his Laugh-O-Gram studio filed for bankruptcy. That was it. Can you imagine the defeat of starting something and seeing it come to an end? How discouraging it could be? And so Walt leaves Kansas City for Hollywood. Hear this now, with nothing but a suitcase, a dream, and about $40 in his pocket. The only thing he had less of than money was the promise of success, and there was no guarantee, but he still went, despite his setback and not really having anything. You hear me? Walt really didn't have anything, but what he had was a belief in his dream, and he was brave enough to follow it. Walt was determined to never quit. To never quit. He always seemed to approach obstacles as simply opportunities to overcome. Now, fast forward to 1928, which is not too far from 1923, but stick with me, fast forward. Walt had created Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, a character that was gaining popularity. But when he tried to negotiate better terms with his distributor, he discovered that his rights to Oswald had been taken. Not just his rights, he realized that Oswald wasn't even his. It was stolen from him. Not only that, but most of his animators were taken away. Imagine working so hard on something you love, giving it your all, only to have it taken from you. Talk about defeat and discouragement. For many, this would have been the end of the story. But not Walt Disney and not you, because it's not the end of your story. You have to believe that your obstacles are opportunities for something greater. And this is where it gets so great. I'm so amazed by Walt Disney because, as we've been saying, he didn't quit. Before hopping aboard the train back home, he sent a telegram to his brother Roy. And listen to what this telegram said. Can you just hear it and imagine it as you're in this state of loss and fear and you don't even know what's coming, but you have so much hope in the future. You have so much determination to never quit. And this is what the telegram says back home as he sent it to his brother Roy. Don't worry, everything okay. We'll give details when I arrive. Don't worry, everything okay, Walt said in this telegram. We'll give details when I arrive. Now just imagine Roy having to wait for his brother to come home to hear the details, but think about it for one moment. Walt lost something. At that point was everything, near and dear to his heart. And his response is, everything okay? Do you hear me? I mean, I'm in awe. And it's almost shocking to hear someone speak like this. But again, that's the mindset of someone who believes in the magic. This is the mindset that we're trying to capture from Walt Disney. This man lost everything. And his response is, don't worry, everything okay. I know it wasn't Hakuna Matata back then, but that's essentially what Walt is saying. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. On the train ride back to Los Angeles, guess what happens? Mickey Mouse is born. Think about that just for a second. In the face of betrayal and loss, Walt created something even more iconic. And if it wasn't for that setback and that obstacle, we wouldn't even have Mickey Mouse. Oh my goodness, that just blows me away. I'm just amazed at how Walt continued to believe in his dream. He turned a setback into an opportunity. And isn't this the heart of resilience? This is what I want to convey to you. This is what I desire for my life. Whenever I'm facing obstacles or setbacks, I want to utilize those obstacles and setbacks as stepping stones for the next level in my life, for the next level in your life. It is possible. We can do this. One of the many things I've learned from Walt Disney especially about resilience, is that resilience isn't about avoiding the storm. I know we may want to, but you know this about life. It's sad, but it's the truth that storms are inevitable. And so what we learn about resilience, especially from Walt, is it's about weathering it and coming out stronger on the other side. We see this again and again in Walt's life, especially with Disneyland, my favorite place. I love to be there. It's a testament to his grit. When he first proposed the idea of a theme park, people called it Walt's folly. Imagine that, your dream being called a folly, your dream being called a fake, your dream being called something that is not going to happen. That's what it was known for. Banks wouldn't fund it, and even his own people and family had doubts, questioning what he was doing. In fact, Walt's wife said this, and I quote, "But why do you want to build an amusement park? They're so dirty." And I love Walt's response. He told her, "That's just the point. Mine will be different." And you know how true this is, because every time you step into a Disney park, it's like anytime you go anywhere else, you're often comparing it to a Disney park. You see, Walt believed in the dream when no one else did. People saw orange groves where Disneyland now stands, but Walt saw a magic kingdom. And on July 17, 1955, Disneyland opened its gates to the world. Sure, opening day had its problems, plumbing issues, long lines, and counterfeit tickets, which really, the tickets wasn't something Walt could even control. People were so excited to get there. But Walt saw the bigger picture. This is, wow, my goodness, what I love about Walt. He had created a place where dreams could come true. And you know what? Every time I step into Disneyland, every single time, it's exactly what I think about and what I say to myself. Dreams were made to come true. I absolutely love going to the happiest place on earth. But you know what I also love? I absolutely love helping others experience their happy place on earth too. I love to encourage people like you and myself too, because I have to tell it to myself that this happy place isn't just something we go to, it's something we get to experience in our own lives every single day. Right now, many of our friends and family, and maybe it's you, are facing challenges that feel insurmountable. The fires in LA have taken so much, leaving heartbreak in their wake. And it's so heart-wrenching. But just like Walt taught us, and that's what we've been learning and looking at, and that's what I continue to see in the life of Walt. It's in these moments that we find our strength. It's okay to feel the weight of loss, to grieve what's been taken. But know this, within you is the same spirit of resilience that drove Walt to keep going. You have the power to rebuild, to dream again, and to create something beautiful out of the ashes. Before we close today, I want to share with you 3 ways that we can embody Walt's grit and resilience in our own lives. I hope this will encourage you and strengthen you in the days ahead. Number 1, dream big even when it feels impossible. I want you to remember, what is your dream? It doesn't matter the outcome yet. It doesn't matter if it feels or seems impossible. In fact, if it feels impossible, great. What's the dream? Walt's dreams were often laughed at, but he pursued them anyway. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. And those people who are laughing, where are they now? Right? Those people who are laughing at you, right? When you step into that dream, where are they now? You have to remember that your dream, no matter how big it is or how impossible it is, dream it, believe it, and go for it. Number 2, turn setbacks into opportunities. This is a reminder that when life doesn't go as planned, and all of us are going to experience this in our lives, we have already at some point, we will again. You have to remember that out of these setbacks are the great step-ups and setups for something better. I know it doesn't feel like it in the moment, but what new possibilities can arise from this? What is the obstacle that you see can be turned into an opportunity. That's where we have to pivot like Walt and see every obstacle as an opportunity. And I'm telling you, this doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen just magically, right? By just calling on Merlin to wave his magic wand or the fairy godmother. It's a process, but we can get there where we learn to see obstacles as opportunities. You know, Walt's nephew, Roy E. Disney, once said, if Walt had one great gift, and I know there was many more, but he said if Walt had one great gift, it was that he kept his head down and kept trying. He never quit. This is what separates the average from amazing, a commitment to finish and never give up. Enthusiasm is common. Endurance, that's what we're after. That's what's rare. And number 3, believe in your vision. I can't stress this enough. No one is going to believe in your dream as much as you are. No one is going to see your dream like you are. That's why you have to cast the vision. That's why you have to see it, because you're seeing things that no one else is. Trust in your ability to create magic in your own way. That's what makes the magic magic. It's you. It's your way. It's not someone else's way. There's a lot of magic out there, but there's no one who can create magic like you. You have to believe in your vision because no one else is going to believe in it like you. You don't have to finish today. But here's what you're not going to do today. You're not going to quit. Do you hear me? You're not going to quit. You're going to take the next step, and you're going to wake up the next day and take the next step and the next step. To everyone listening, whether you're facing personal struggles, recovering from heartbreak, or simply need a little extra inspiration today, remember this. Walt didn't let failure stop him, and neither should you, and neither will you or me. You have the courage and creativity to overcome whatever comes your way. And just like Walt, you can create a life that's full of magic no matter the challenges. And you know what happens when you do this? Everyone around you gets to experience that magic. Thank you for joining me on this journey of resilience and magic. I'm so glad that you're here with me on this beautiful journey together. If this episode inspired you, please share it with a fellow Disney fan, or perhaps you know someone that needs a little pick-me-up, a little encouragement in their life. Let's keep Walt's legacy alive by dreaming big and never giving up. And let's commit to seeing obstacles as opportunities for something great. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep believing, and always remember the magic lives in you, because you are the magic.